Flight boss, bitch. You're now listening to the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and responsibilities. And before we get into this video, right, let me put this. Y'all know me, like, I'll burn myself out and be so sick I could barely function. Check this out. Before we get into this message, I want to let a few things be clear. Anyone who's on like any kind of diets, anyone who's on any kind of spiritual awakening path, to the point that you change up a routine and don't give your body the proper adjustments or the proper precautions it take to necessarily go with these different routines in a good way, you're gonna already experience some kind of trauma with the mental and the physical. Now, by that being said, you know, I have like stomach ulcers and shit. So once a month, it breaks me down for a good 2 weeks. And I mean, to the point that my whole system be cleared out. If anything I ate, anything, like I throw it all up. And I don't do it purposely. But whatever bacterial infection is going on in my stomach caused me to throw up very excessively. And it's been about good 8 to 9 days now, and only weight my body been carrying is water, and then that comes up soon after I drink it. So there's a gift and a curse to that. The curse to it is you're overly weak. You can't even sit down and sit up straight. But the gift is it creates clairvoyance. And a lot of times when you go into dream state, you may not be aware if you're in reality or dreaming. So this creates a fear of reality where lucid dreaming can be more capable, especially if you're a person who's not consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously aware. Now, I'm already a person that's aware, so my dreams became so vivid that a lot of times I didn't know if I was asleep or awake. Now, with this dream, by me being an Archangel Uriel, I'm going to consider it as a message. Now, this can just be my perspective, but the key here is not to take my perspective and think my perspective is what's really happening. The key here is to take what I'm about to say and incorporate it to your truth and incorporate it with your clairvoyance and incorporate it with your perspective so that you get the best out of it that you could possibly get. Because here's the thing. You can't get the best out of something by fully going on with someone else's perspective of it. Like, if you just completely indulged into someone else's perspective of a subject, you would never fully grasp the entity behind it, because you didn't insert your own perspective. So it's important to have your own perspective and to incorporate it with the perspective of the subject you're in. Now, I'm going to give you a subject, and I'm going to give my perspective of it. So I don't want you to listen to my perspective and think, and then go around and shop that like that's the overall perspective. I need you to take my perspective, mix it with your perspective, and come to your own analysis. And therefore, you'll have a fully understanding of what's going on, because everyone perceiving different perspectives. So it's important to include your perspective. Now, let's get into this. The dream starts off with me being in a hallway, shaking hands of a bunch of random niggas I don't even like. Not even necessarily people I have personal problems with right now, but just like people from the past, old friends that I no longer see anymore. It was nobody currently that I'm engaged with now, either friendship, non-friendship, hatefulness, anything. It was no present people there. It was all people from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. So whatever sphere of reality I was in when I didn't like people then, and friends I had then, and associates I had then, that's the framework it started. That's the framework it started in. But it was all of those people now. See, look, this is what happens when you kick true knowledge. Damn, he flew away. He didn't want me to put that. I wasn't really supposed to shine no light on him anyway. That was a bird, but that bird, I knew him from a past life. Now, I had to get with me. I really ain't supposed to be doing no videos right now, but I feel the need to do this in a time like this. See, now I was shaking all these people's hands, and then when I was shaking these people's hands, inside me reoccurred the feelings and the way I felt about these people in the midst of me shaking their hands. Now, I always control my dreams. It got to be like out of 97% of the time. It got to be only 3% out of the time that I may have a dream that I didn't control. And most of the time, I don't even remember those dreams. And that's once in a blue moon. I'm very in tune. I'm very gentle to the spirit. I'm very kind. I am gentle as a spirit, but harsh as the snake. So when you have both dualities going on, you wanna that creates the yin and yang. So you become powerful in every realm, in every chakra level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm God in every chakra level. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to understand this too, because you could be a Christian, you could be any religion that's God worshiping, but a lot of you follow satanic rules, and I don't want people to confuse any religion with this dream I'm finna tell y'all, because it really don't have anything to do with the actual battle between God and the devil. Like, and a lot of rules that humans go by subconsciously without even knowing are satanic rules. And Satan don't even really, Satan means opposing. Like, I'm an Aries, right? Sun sign. My Satan sign is Libra. And I'm Libra's Satan sign. You know what I'm saying? It's opposing. That's where, so you would have to track down the foundations of the word opposing and oppose and figure out the intent, the energy beings behind that before you can even come to a devil or God. But see, that's small talk for me. We're going to get into them videos later on. Right now, when I get straight, when I could go back from the beginning and start back up. Right now, my body and mind frame is so far gone that I'm not even able to talk about mundane matters right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk about simple shit right now. And I don't care how long this video goes either. Now we got the basic stuff out the way. Like I said, I was shaking hands, right? Now, in reality, I'm aware that I don't have license. So, well, they're suspended. So in the dream world, that shit already doesn't matter to me. So the simple fact that someone asked me in my dream to drive somewhere, and it was three of these guys, and I knew who they was in my dream, but they asked me to drive them somewhere. We go to like a McDonald's or a corner store or something like that. I see police flashing lights behind me. Police have actually pulled someone else over. So then the reoccurring state of me not having license came into the dream. So by my body only being influenced by water at the time, that impact the clairvoyance, because it made me feel like I was actually in 3D reality, like I was awake. So all that by itself made the dream that much more controlling. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're aware of feelings and emotions, that's where your dreams is going to come from. So if you're aware of that, and you're consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously aware in your dreams, you're able to sense that and gain control. So I pulls over and stopped and said, "Get the fuck out my car." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not driving. I'm not going away in Boardman. I'm not driving. Now Boardman is just like a suburb area in where I live at, Youngstown, Ohio, and it's just nothing but cops. So in the dream, I'm telling the passengers, he was in the back seat actually. I told him, "Look, I'm not." Actually, it was three of the same people, just in different. It was the same person, but three versions of it, three different outlooks on them. And as I'm talking to the back seat, I could respond to the passenger as well. They all look different, but in my dream, it was the same person, but it played out as being three different people. Now, I told him, "Man, look, I ain't going far in Boardman, so you might as well hop out right here." The dream switches, and I'm going to assume I'm in a brand new spanking house. Brand new. The weather outside looked rainy because I looked out the window or whatever like that, so we get a cameo. Your boy KRS Astrology. Now, he made a cameo in my dream, and we're in my room, and I got this one window that's like, as soon as you walk in the room, it was a beautiful golden room. Like the carpet was gold, and I'm not saying gold, but like the color gold, not the material gold, but the color gold. The carpet was gold. I don't even want to say the walls probably was. I don't remember the color of the walls, but you know, it's just that one big window right there, and then I had like gold sheets and shit like that. And he's sitting. It was like gold and red. in that room. That's the colors I remember. Homeboy sitting on my bed, eating a pork chop on a paper plate. And we're talking. And he's telling me, do I know about the Saturn retrograde? And I told him, I was like, oh, I didn't think that came up yet. I thought that was until a couple months. Then I started feeling stupid by telling him that, because the look on his face was like a look of, no, dumbass, we in the Saturn retrograde right now. And I knew that in a dream, but see, there's a piece in 3D reality that I have when sometimes I subject myself to another person's, like, say, like, a person may, see, I be on all levels trying to fix myself, so, you know what I'm saying, y'all got to stay with me. In a waking life, someone that I know maybe lesser consciously to me or something like that may say something that I already know. And since I know the power and the energy and the intent behind what I be having to say, and if I mix my emotions with it, sometimes it's too powerful. And if I'm already aware of certain things, I'm supposed to know better, because I deal with that karma if I'm sitting here playing the field when I know better. I'm not allowed to be naive like a lot of people. So you have to know that. So it's like, and that comes into lesser magic and shit like that. Not like, you know what I'm saying, like lesser magic when you obtaining things through people, you know what I'm saying, that's not aware of what you're doing. That's called lesser magic. So, not that it's less or greater than anything else, but that's what it's called. So the simple fact that when I'm awake, I have this thing where if I can look at someone consciously lower than me and they say something that I already know, I put my foot in my mouth by saying something like, oh damn, I didn't know that, for real. And in the back of my head, I really know that. And sometimes I do myself a disjustice, because I'm supposed to just elaborate, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm not supposed to give someone else a leeway. And that's what I do. And it put me in certain situations, not no broad, big situations, but just think how I see things, being the Archangel Uriel. It put me in certain situations in my awakened life that I didn't want to be in. Because when that vortex build up, and then you're in areas and large groups where this subject may appear again, what happens is you can't no longer, the way you wanted to look at him, the way you wanted him to look at you, you may not want the next person to look at you like that. So once you start, you will overdo it. Once that subject come up again in a group area, you will overanalyze it, like you know what you're talking about. Then the person that you was just sitting here one-on-one acting like you didn't know what they was talking about, just for the sake of conversation, because you know where their mindset is at. It creates a combustion, and it dilate energies, and you can lose your power like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose your power. You got to be very careful with words you use and how you interact with people. And me coming up, I wasn't very careful of that. So that came out in the dream. So when things come out in the dream, since I know how to control my dreams, I fix my problems in my dream. So when my awakened life is no longer apparent. You know what I'm saying? Which that's no longer apparent. But that was a problem that I was dealing with before this dream. And so right then and there, when I start to feel stupid, like, oh yeah, I knew Saturn was in retrograde, it made me fix that aspect of my waking life whenever I wake up. So now in the dream, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm very I'm aware of the Saturn retrograde or whatever like that. Boom. We look to the sky, and the sky looked like this. This is how the sky looked. You see how it's like grainy and all that? That's how the sky looked. That's how the sky looked in my dream. It was a little bit more smokier though, like a little bit more smokier. You know what I'm saying? Now, as we looking, we see a big ass motherfucking face forming itself out of the clouds. It almost to the point that it made its own clouds. Like, it wasn't necessarily a part of the clouds that was a part of the sky. It was almost, and then it was changing face expressions, yo. Like, slow but steadily. Like, it was changing face expressions. The face looked like it was very vivid, yo. Like, the face, he had sharp eyebrows that he almost looked like Johnny Depp and Tombstone. Let me go on my phone right now and pull up a picture so I can show y'all the kind of face it looked like. But it wasn't really a detailed face. It was the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, and just enough cohesiveness that you can know it's changing face expressions and you know it's a face. But it wasn't a detailed face like you can look at a human and be like, oh, he's mad, oh, he's happy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up a picture. But not much of sharp eyebrows. The mustache looked like eyebrows, like two eyebrows. You know how them Scottish people look? Let me see, Johnny Depp and Tombstone. This was kind of the face. Now, I don't want to say he's Johnny Depp, but I mean, like, as far as the lower part of the mouth and the way he was making face expressions with the lower part of the mouth and that mustache, that's what it was. But as far as the eyes and the eyebrows or something like that, this was like one of them hate me now, laugh later pictures. You know them smiley, laugh now, cry later type of mask pictures. It's like a mask, like a big ass face mask that's changing expressions in the sky. And coming down to the face is forming. So like the more it come down to earth, the more the face is forming. Then it has like some kind of machinery around it that's shooting shit. And what happened was, it was something that came from it, the side of it or something like that, like a big machine. And the thought process at this point was like, all right, if it cocked back and shoots something out, then that's just not clouds. That's something in the clouds. It did like a machine gun cock back, like something did a machine gun cock back and shot like a purple mist at the window. The mist actually came through the window on the wall like it was nothing there, but we backed up. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is how the mist looked. The mist looked like the portal on Mortal Kombat. And I remember, I didn't watch none of these movies in years before this imagery, because you could catch imagery from just watching something before you went to sleep. I didn't watch none of this. Now this is how the mist look. This is exactly how the mist look. See that purple? That's how the mist look. And it was just coming at me. So we back up, I fall to the ground like, oh shit. So now me and KRS running down the steps of my new house, rambling to somebody. I don't know who this third person was, but rambling about something. And before KRS walked out the door, I remember telling him, man, this dream right here is almost as powerful as the dream when the two planets was colliding, or the planet was colliding in the sun. Then the dude shut the door, the dude who we was talking to. Then I continued talking to the dude, whoever this dude was. I don't remember. It's like in my dreams, there's always somebody there that I know he there, but I never see him. It's like I never see this dude, but he always there. Like, it's weird. I feel him. I think I be seeing him in my dream, but every time I wake up, I get no vivid expression. I can vividly express everything else except that. Now, I go back upstairs. It's a woman and this guy again. I can't never remember how he look or nothing. And but I remember in the dream every time. And he's telling me like, "Oh, look, it's peanut butter all over your wall." We go back in my room. He's like, "Oh, it's peanut butter all over your wall." I fall back again into the same way as the mist was coming, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just playing. Your boy left some peanut butter sandwiches over here." So I got up, and it was apparent that KRS Astrology was eating 2 peanut butter sandwiches. Like, it was 2 pieces of bread with peanut butter on it, and it was on the floor behind my bed. So my room was so clean. I felt kind of angry a little bit at KRS for leaving that there. So that was the feeling and emotion I came up with right there. So boom, the dream switches. We downtown in New York or somewhere, like a big city. A city that's I wasn't familiar with. I was familiar with it in the dream, but it wasn't familiar to the city I'm in now. What happened was, I come back across, so this is my boy right here. It's my boy. Yeah, I'm gonna get you on there this time. You don't never like to get on camera, nigga. Yeah, man, we be having conversations like a motherfucker, yo. Yeah, Bird, yeah. Call me weird all you want, yeah. I don't give a fuck. Your life ain't my life. But, you know, we downtown in the city, right? Now, it still looks stormy outside and shit like that, right? I'm explaining to these 3 niggas that, did y'all see that? Like, we going around asking everybody. Everybody's seen it. Then everybody start witnessing it at the same time. Like, the motherfucking face came back. So I'm looking up and shit, right? So this when you know you starting to get too powerful in your dream. Because I actually thought everything was real. I actually pulled out my real phone and started trying to record it. Now, this is what happens when you're in the Matrix. When you're out of the Matrix and the Matrix is trying to create an illusion. All this sudden, I start getting up under bridges and shit like that. Like, I recorded it a little bit, but I caught it for a split second, but all of a sudden, we under bridges and shit. Now, we was under no motherfucking bridge, yo, until I started trying to record it and upload it to Facebook. I was basically recording it on Instagram, and I was gonna put it on Instagram and send it through Facebook. And I caught the dude. I caught the face, like, and it was changing face expressions and shit, and shooting miss to the ground, but the mist wasn't actually harming anybody. And then, like, even when the mist shot through my room, when KRS made an appearance, it was almost like it was an essence. It wasn't harming nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my phone now to see if I actually got that shit, yo. Cause I'm gonna get there, nigga. Trust me, I didn't did some shit, yo. And brought some shit from my dream to reality. For real, like. But in this instance, I tried to do that with the phone. And I was promising myself, man, when I wake up, I'm going to show everybody this, yo. Like, that's the thought process I had in my dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you develop certain thought processes and get certain power, There's nothing really can stop you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, like I I wasn't scared, but I was nervous for what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason my car was parked. I don't know how I got to that area where it was parked at, but I grabbed my stuff, and at first we was gonna go get into my friend's car, and I was the third person, but then I turned back into the actual driver, and then it was 3 people with me again. So everybody coming back to my car. We get in the car. I forgot what was said. Then I woke up, and the dream left me thinking numerous of things. Because here's the thing, I know how to interpret dreams, but it was so many different interpretations with this one dream that I don't even fully know how to cohesively bring it all together as of yet. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of 3D reality experiencing before I get to that state. But here's the thing, yo. The fact when you dream about you in a new house or something like that, that's supposed to represent home life improving. You know what I'm saying? You may not necessarily be getting money or anything like that, but just anything, just because it deals with the emotions. And then when you get some type of, listen, I can sit here and say a lot of analysis, but I don't quite want to do that until I experience the energies that's going on right now. Right now, I think what's going on is we're about to experience a second consciousness wave. Like a second consciousness wave. And with this consciousness wave, it's going to appear that Earth itself wants to experience itself. And when stuff like that happens, a lot of structures is going to be broken down. Because a lot of structures that's built on Earth is from an Earth perspective. Like structure itself is an Earth perspective. So anybody who want to build a business, build a farm, build a